Okay, a question that I commonly get is, what level of prior experience is necessary or beneficial or in any way required to be an entrepreneur? So many people are reluctant or hesitant to go out and try to create a new venture on their own because they say they lack the experience. Now, prior experience, it provides a backdrop or understanding. It provides us with heuristics, things we've seen before, so we can react in a certain way that gives us a higher degree of certainty of the outcome. So prior experience does allow for that. Probably in the area of entrepreneurship, so we understand entrepreneurship to be the creation, the assembling of resources around some idea concept to provide a value proposition to the end users, right? So if we understand it as that, our prior experience may give us some level of benefit or understanding of what type of hurt, want, need exists, so we can recognize whether a potential opportunity capable of exploitation or a value proposition capable of delivery to the end user, whether that actually exists. Take, for example, the individual who works in a specific industry for a long time. They may have seen circumstances that exist where they know there is a value proposition for a given set of end users. In that way, they reduce the risk of pursuing a venture because they understand that what they have created has a ready group of individuals for whom that creates value, and in that sense, those individuals can purchase or use the newly innovated idea, concept, venture value to transmit value back to the entrepreneur, typically in the form of money, okay, or in the form of users that can be generated into money from other methods, okay. So with that in mind, prior experience is not absolutely necessary to start a new venture, but it does provide some benefits, and just to rehash those, it provides context for understanding whether an opportunity exists. It will provide experience, and it will provide a level of knowledge as to how certain processes are carried out. Well, any individual almost is capable of learning almost anything. Enough research has demonstrated that an average IQ is sufficient for an individual to do almost anything that human beings do. So in that way, we're all intelligent enough to learn how to do something or to learn about something, okay? Prior experience will cut down on that learning curve, the amount of time that it takes to pick up on something. But don't let a lack of experience dissuade you from pursuing a venture simply because you say you don't have experience in a certain area. Think about to yourself, do I have the ability to learn that or to acquire that necessary information or expertise in order to do that, in order to bring about that venture, to carry out the assembly of those resources. If you do, then there is no need for the prior experience in a work environment. And oftentimes people confuse the prior experiences with some level of preparation for the new venture or going forward. Oftentimes prior experience is a detriment or teaches you the wrong way to do things, or in some situations convinces you to be overly cautious or puts blinders on you so that you don't recognize an opportunity that exists. That kind of is the genesis behind the attraction, the bringing in of young workers who are dreamers, who constantly ideate on new value propositions into some of these new cutting edge companies. Now, it's not that the younger individual in some way is more creative. They're not. In fact, research would show that they're less creative because they have less experience, but what they do have creativity in are new methods of doing things. They aren't familiar with the old ways of doing things. These old heuristics or prejudices, or what we sometimes call as common sense, doesn't affect their view or the way they look at things or their ideas about how a thing should be done. So they're not biased in that way. So they're able to come up with new ideas, and they're smart enough to learn and effectuate any value proposition that they can dream up. So in that way, lots of times younger, less experienced individuals are the best people to have in the startup venture.